Okay, so if you are a Twitch streamer, you need to probably pay attention because you are in danger of potentially getting, I hate to say this word, you get banned.
You get banned.
And why is this, dude?
Well,
Gotta summarize it. Come on, man.
Summarize. Emotes.
Emotes. So you want to make sure you stay tuned to today's video. And if you're watching this on the replay, which I imagine you are, there's going to be some timestamps down below inside the description. You can skip forward right now. We're just going to kind of do some general banter and catch up with the people here in the live chat. Yeah, so
we're gonna have to look over here.
Yeah. So
all right,
it is what it is.
Hit the refresh.
Hit the refresh. There we go.
Live streams. Nothing. There we go.
All right.
See.
That's
gotta learn to fix stuff on the fly.
Yeah, you gotta learn to do that stuff on the fly for sure. It's saying our stream health is not that great. See, look out, folks. This is what we're looking at on the other end of things here. By the way,
but it's saying we're good over here. So
says we're good over here. So that's good to go. So yeah, this makes week number 3. I think that Fridays are going to become a regular part of our streaming stuff. So anticipate that it's 12:30 we're going to probably shoot for maybe weekly and see how that goes. So if you're wanting to,
Fridays.
Yeah, so if you want to tune in on Fridays and such like that, join us Fridays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have a general 5-minute warm-up just so that way people get their notifications as they can come on in. So, man, this is going to be a dumpster fire, and I don't want to get too in-depth about what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Those of you watching on replay as well, definitely make sure you drop some comments in there and let us know what you think about this topic that we're getting ready to cover. So you know what? I don't see anyone really bantering in chat. No. So you know what? Take the time clock off. Let's jump into it, bro.
If you're in a hurry, man, I guess.
Oh, okay. No. I mean,
we're already here. We might as well.
Do you have anything else to say? How's your Twitch streams been going?
Generally speaking, Twitch has been pretty good. I've actually seen live viewer count going up. I've been so consistent with it, pressing it. So I will push it over here on YouTube on my self-publishing with Dale channel, and then I'll push it over on podcasts. So I tell people on the podcasts. See, that's the thing is, if you really want to start to level up your game on Twitch, you got to bring people to the party. So that was just a huge. You would think, man, that with 20,000 plus subscribers on YouTube, that would equate to followers or subscribers on Twitch, right?
Not necessarily, and it goes both ways too. I found this out because I started on Twitch first, and then YouTube second. And I remember when I made my YouTube channel. Hello, lady writes. It was a rude awakening to where they really didn't want to leave Twitch platform to go watch my YouTube content, and vice versa. My YouTube content watchers don't want to, and it's weird. It's a fickle thing where people get used to a certain platform, and that's why a lot of people have picked up multi-streaming, because then they can kind of target all their audiences. So if you have something really important to say in a live stream, why not hit all those multiple platforms? As long as you're not breaking TOS.
So. Why didn't you put this up through your shirt? Look at this, folks. Like, he's going to keep, just do it right now, man. Just do it right now.
Oh, my God.
Here, I'll kill the volume on it, and you can... This dude slays me here, man. We got these lavaliers, and he's going to keep tripping up over it and such, so... Yeah, Katrina, how you doing? It's good to see you joining us here today.
And speaking of,
actually... Hang on, I haven't turned you up yet. Okay, here, you're going backwards again. He's gonna do his vocal cord here.
Oh my God, this is why I like my Yeti.
There we go. All right, so now we can turn you up, and now we're ready to go.
All right, but that brings up a good point.
That's what brothers are for, man.
That brings up a good point. Actually, I am working on a live streaming checklist. So this is something I do at my day job, as I have a checklist that kind of reminds me to do everything. So that way, before I leave for home, I know everything is done that I need to do for that day, whether it's checking emails or, doing temp logs, anything like that. I want to do something similar for live streaming. Now, you said you hate using the checklist, even though he makes them for self-publishers.
Well, we'll keep you guys up to date on that as it rolls out. We'll probably put a video out, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the live streaming checklist. We're going to probably make it into a full log, actual print log, and I would probably be more susceptible to having one that was paper bound, and I could be able to keep track of everything and keep notes. But all right, so just a quick housekeeping here. New video every Monday and, of course, live Friday. So you will see all that. So don't forget, take a look at every Monday, which you fire those off what time?
Oh, those go off at 11:45 a.m. So just before noon. They used to go off at noon, but the whole YouTube conflict months ago where everyone was firing off their videos on the hour was jamming YouTube up bad. So they recommended doing a 15-minute. Yep.
Hence why we do things at 12:30 here instead of like at 12 or 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So listen, you got a hold of, you said to me, like as soon as you came over today, you were like, dude, there's a full-on dumpster fire right now.
Totally.
Twitch is going through and they're banning people. And I'm like, okay, that's not surprising. But
no, they ban people every day. But it's why.
Why? And so why are they doing it for?
So they're going through and they're cleaning house. They're looking at emotes and people are getting banned because of emotes. Now, here's the thing. These aren't emotes that they're trying to submit. These are emotes that have already been submitted and approved.
Yep.
So here these streamers are thinking, hey, I'm in the clear. You gave me permission to use this. Not necessarily true. Now,
we're going to talk about more of that in today's broadcast, so make sure that you stay tuned. Hey, I'm Dale.
And I'm Walt.
This is Live Streaming Tech. We're going to learn how to live stream online like a pro without all of the stinking hassle. Boy, you were ready. Like you were just like you're ready to jump into like the content. You're like, yeah, it's like hold on.
Felt like Wolf Blitzer. I was like, this is the Wolf Room, or what does he call his damn room?
I don't know, but either way, just a quick plug here, folks. Walt's best-selling book is still out on the market. It's called Live Streaming Kit: How to Live Stream Online for Beginners and Gamers, and it's actually already got a 4.4 star average review. You can actually catch all of that over at livestreamingtech.site/book. You can get a copy of it on ebook, audiobook, and print book. I've actually got all 3 iterations. If you want a free copy of the audiobook, please drop us a line over at dale@livestreamingtech.site. I'd be happy to give you a complimentary copy. I have still about I would say nearly 90 actual free audiobooks. So if you're watching this, hit me up. If I run out of codes, I'll let you know.
The cool thing is you don't have to read it. You just sit there and listen to it.
Yep, you could just sit.
And it's not my voice, by the way, so those of you who are annoyed with my voice.
Yeah, we did get a professional voiceover artist. So let's go ahead. We're going to get on into things. Twitch is going through and banning people. And so let's go ahead, and I'm going to open up the actual article here. And this is from Dexter Toe. We just decided that it's going to be Destro.
Destro
from G.I. Joe's.
Yeah. So, those of you who are running that site, if you see this video, go ahead and just change your name to Destro. It's cooler.
Yeah, it's cooler. I'm sure it's probably not taken or trademarked, right?
Yeah, so this article, and the funny thing was I already kind of heard about this through some smaller streamers or whatnot. But this actually showed up on my news feed, I think last night or this morning. I can't remember which, but I was like, okay, this is kind of something that's important that our viewers need to know and that I need to know. Not that I have anything that's bad emotes, but you got to kind of do some house cleaning every now and then.
Despite your non-family friendly PG clean content, you still have your emotes are, above board. They're all simple.
PG. They're PG. Yeah. And that's the thing. So let's get on into this article. So real quick, this was actually a Twitch partner that got zapped. So it's not even an affiliate. Now, here's the thing. Affiliates, you need to kind of check your house too as well. So if you have any emotes that are questionable, and we're going to go through this later on in the video. So check your timestamps below in the description or just hang out with us. But basically what happened to this partner was he's been streaming on Twitch now for 5 years.
Yeah,
and has claimed that he has no issues or had never had any issues. So he hasn't had bans before or any kind of no emails from Twitch. Yeah. And he went to log in one day and whoops, he was perma-banned. So it wasn't just a ban like a 7-day ban or 30-day ban. It hit him with a perma-ban. Now, mind you, he probably will get his channel back once he fixes what's going on. But what Twitch hit him with was they basically said his emotes didn't fit their terms of service, so therefore, or their community guidelines, I should say, which community guidelines are pretty much tied in with TOS. So the problem was what he was kind of perturbed about was they didn't tell him which emote. Well, you can go to the Twitter or you can go to the article. that we'll post it in the description below, and you can read for yourself. And I want you to leave in the comments what you think, what emote was the tipping point, the one that crossed the line. Because I showed Dale, and
it's a bit, it's on that line. Unfortunately, this is one of those issues that without context, you don't know where this person's coming from. And without that context, if you just took it for face value and draw an assumption on it, it is fairly racy. We're just going to put it that way. Yes. And that's not a play on words. It really is like
once
racy.
Again, I would like to give the Twitch partner the benefit of the doubt. And like Dale says, context. So what we mean by that is maybe the community, it's an inside joke or something that is representative of that community and it belongs to them. Now, here's the thing, an outsider probably came in and probably seen that emote splash up in chat, and they might have said, whoa, this offends me, not knowing the context of the emote.
You get enough people that sees that, reports your channel.
And I have a feeling that's what happened. And now Twitch is kind of going through and they're checking it. So here's the thing. We were always under the assumption, at least I was, back when I submitted my emotes, was that they were all manually reviewed. Well, I guess that's not what was happening. So now here's the thing. So those of you partners or affiliates that have submitted emotes, just know that it was most likely an automated system. Now, however, if you've had any kind of issues with Twitch in the past, whether you've received a 7-day ban, 3-day ban, 30-day ban, so on and so forth, or any kind of DMC takedowns, that they're automatically going to be manually reviewed. So, and we're going to get in the nitty gritty here. So go ahead and take it away, Dale.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. It's important to understand, first of all, so we're all on the same page. Like, what are the policies and the guidelines? You know, because we need to, first of all, respect the Twitch policies. Listen, it's their game. We're playing in it. And
it doesn't cost us a dime to stream on it. Same thing with us.
I see so many people complain about this type of stuff. And, you know, even happens, this is an Amazon-owned company.
Correct.
I've got my vested interest over there as well. There's like, I have a few, you know, streams coming from Amazon, streams of income. So I know already Amazon doesn't play around, and they own Twitch. And chances are likely someone came in from Amazon corporate, looked at Twitch's policy, and we're like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? You're just letting everybody, no. So, and the other thing is, you notice I say flexible community guidelines. It's not flexible for you.
Flexible for
them. In other words, it's kind of like when we were growing up, this friggin' jerk, we'd sit down and we'd play games together, and then when it would suit him best, he would change the rules to a game, and I was just kind of left to like going, well, I had to take his word for it because I didn't have time to sit down and read the damn manual. Well, here's the thing is,
they own the game.
They own the game.
So they can change the rules at any time, whether they let you know or not.
And, you know, I see so many people that get really like miffed about this. And it's like, you're going into something that's free. You are going onto their platform. You are, of course, being a partner or affiliate. You're driving revenue from there. So you got to kind of adhere to those things. Now, I don't necessarily agree with them changing things willy-nilly. But again, it's their game. If you want to play it, you're going to have to play it according to the rules. So let's go ahead and let's look at some of those community guidelines. And there's about 9 of them and all that. We kind of condensed down a few of them because they're a little redundant.
And we kind of changed the wording a little bit too because we didn't want to trip off the YouTube listening algorithm.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that.
Because the way it was worded is some of those are hot words or whatever for YouTube. And they tend to demonetize when you use those words.
Yeah, so there's about 9 points that we got in a 10th point that I added in there. And let's go ahead and just take it one by one. Walt's going to get the odd numbers. I'll get the even numbers. So you got this one first, man.
Hateful content or hateful conduct. This is kind of self-explanatory. It's, you know, if there's any kind of symbols that could be deemed as hateful or say middle fingers or
hate speech, bullying, like, you know, there's you could see even on YouTube right now, they're doing a massive crackdown on what they deem bullying. And so that means that you shouldn't, you know, and a lot of people are like, well, you know, who's to judge what bullying is, you know?
Once again, Twitch is.
Yeah, it stinks. So if you find that you're attacking somebody in some capacity,
most likely a no-no.
That's probably going to be considered hateful conduct. So this is where you got to kind of conduct yourself like a professional. So let me go ahead and take this next one. Number 2 is going to be harassment. Again, this kind of goes underneath the hateful conduct and you know, and hate speech. harassment, bullying. We could have probably condensed these down, but I think it's one of those things. We got to hit all of them so people understand. So this means that you can't be, creating these emotes that's like parodying him, or has an X across his face or something like that. It's going to be considered harassing. So what about number 3, man?
Threats.
What? They can't, yeah. Threats?
Yeah.
And this is like threats of violence and such, which you had one time. You had a threat that was pretty bad, right?
Yeah, but this wasn't in emote form. This was actually in chat form. So, go ahead and click that. I'm sorry. I was letting somebody's message go through there.
Yes. So next one here is number 4. Obscenity.
I was going to say, you said you had it even.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to take a moment, man. Yeah. Obscenity. I had to look over, and I'm now looking over here.
Yeah.
Obscenities. So they really don't want any kind of...
If you think it's obscene, or ask your friends, ask your family. Best yet, ask some of your older family members. Ask the boomers, does this offend you?
Grandma,
is this obscene?
Is this obscene? Yeah.
Yes.
And so this kind of ties in, I think, in number 5, which is...
mature or graphic content. Now here's where we were kind of changing the wording on what Twitch has. We'll also put that in the description down below where you can click that link and you can go down and see what we're actually talking about.
Anything that has you in your birthday suit. Okay?
Birthday suits. Or
any kind of drugs.
Behind the bedroom door stuff.
Yes. Vulgarities, like avoid vulgarities. It seems to me obscenity probably is vulgarity. We're kind of repeating ourselves. But they wanted to make sure all the bases were kind of covered on this one. So if you think that it's going to be adult type content, you shouldn't probably make it into an emote, okay? So this means that any kind of adult toys, you probably shouldn't make that into an emote. It may seem funny and your community's all about it, but they can come on in there and slap a ban on you. And I just don't think the laugh is worth it.
Yes.
You brought up, it's like over on my stream, I have banana stickers. And you're like, I wonder if since this has kind of got an innuendo in it, I'm like, it's not, It's
not innuendo. It's not an
It's literally just a sticker. It's so thankfully, hopefully nobody takes that out of context. But I guess nobody's safe. It just depends on what the context they want to go ahead and do it in. So number 6 is going to be politics.
Now this is going to be hard because there's a lot of IRL streamers or the podcast style streamers that's their content. There's several streamers that is what their mainstay is as far as they like to cover hot topics. And usually one of the button pushing hot topics here in the United States is politics. So the thing is, there's no problem covering that type of material as far as Twitch is concerned yet, but you definitely don't want to have that tied in with your emotes. So you wouldn't use like the Democratic or Republican symbol or anything like that as an emote.
Yeah, and I think if you are a person that's on the platform to do politics, that's great, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. But you're going to probably have to tiptoe much more than someone, say, who's a gaming streamer or somebody who's doing information providing like education like I am. So just be very careful on this one. And we're going to kind of give some other, little tips here as we kind of go along. But you got number 7 on this one. Animations.
So this is kind of falls into the whole, we're doing the big screen part now. Okay. We're doing the like GIFs or GIFs, whatever you like to call it, those type of things. Now, here's the thing. There is an exception to this, and it's supported by cheer emote submissions. And you'll find this partners most likely have this, and us affiliates, they're like, don't even bother.
Right, yeah, because I know a good friend of ours, Jessica Havoc, Impact Pro wrestler. She's one of the top 100 female wrestlers in the world right now. She has a channel that she does gaming on, and it was so funny. You and I discovered that she had like GIFs in there, and we're like, how the heck does this happen? Well,
she's a partner.
She's a partner, and on top of that too, she actually got partnered in right as soon as she came in because she had some contacts within Twitch that she was able to get that. So if you see some people and go, but I want it. Sorry. Yeah, it's the people I guess.
The life of the professional wrestler.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. So let's see here. So number 8, individual characters and letters. Now, I kind of find myself biting my tongue because last stream, dude, I was showing people how to do emotes. And what did I show them how to do? freaking letters and characters. So please disregard the last stream.
However, there is an exception on the letters and characters. Okay. And that is for partners only again. Go figure. So see, the thing is the partners got mad because all the affiliates started getting what they were getting. Yep. They still have some perks. And the thing is they're allowed to use it as long as it ties in with their branding. So for instance, like Dr. Disrespect probably could get away with having a DR. Within an emote and get away with it because of the fact that it reflects his branding. Sorry, I kind of spaced out there.
You keep looking at yourself on the screen here, folks. All right, so number 9, man. Number 9.
Didn't I do? Oh, you did the letters. Twitch branding and emotes. Now, what this means is you can't take Twitch symbols, which is...
It's essentially
what's it called? Glitch.
It's called the glitch.
Yeah, the glitch. You can't take theirs and modify it somehow or some way, or change the colors to it, or take any of their emotes that they have already made, with the exception of the Kappa, and I can't remember the other one. But here's the thing: just be original. Come up with your own. Go on. There's plenty of free resources to use when you make emotes. Modify them, make it your own, and let it be your own. I mean, if anything, draw some stick figures and make those your emotes.
yeah. It's just you don't want to be playing around with something because I mean, at the end of the day, the Twitch logo is trademarked.
It is trademarked. Which leads us to our last point, which we don't have a thing on this, and that's basically use common sense. Oh, we do. I'm sorry, that was yours. Common sense says just if it's trademarked or copyrighted, don't use it. Yeah. You know, so Pokemon. I know one of our viewers commented. Basically, he submitted a Pokemon, his favorite Pokemon, and he was crossing his fingers, hoping that Twitch went ahead and accepted it. Here's the thing: most likely, it might have squeaked by, but that doesn't mean that they won't go back later on if somebody reports you for using it, or they go and start scrubbing these channels, and hit you with a ban. So my thing is if you have an emote right now, if you're a partner or an affiliate, and you think you might be writing that line within these rules, and remember, once again, these rules are kind of a guideline. They can kind of wander out because it's Twitch's game. They decide something that's obscene that you don't deem obscene, they can still hit you with the ban.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go on over into the live chat. It's really good to see that Frontline popped in today. Testing out the emotes over in here, and what was the one?
He said, "No, emotes are amazing," and that's why I had to. And then he hit message retracted. I was gonna let it go through, but all right. Sorry, we were multitasking there. Gotta go though. See ya. Okay.
Excellent. So that's pretty much all the Twitch emotes thing. So man.
So if you have any questions about the Twitch emotes, or anything else live streaming, hit us up in chat now, or if you're watching the replay, leave it in the comments below. I do try to get to all the comments. I might not get it to them the same day that you drop them there. I know a lot of people go, help now, and it's like I'm not a 24/7 live support. I'm sorry, guys.
He manages all the comments, by the way, folks.
It's a one-man army here, and I'm sure it's going to get worse as we have more and more people commenting.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I appreciate them, but just know that because I know some people are amazed when I get back to them right away, and it just happens that it's timing. It's
sometimes timing.
I'll be on breaks, at my job and check them, and I'll try to answer as many as I can then. So, I don't know if you're in the channel, Lady Writes. Do you have any questions? I know that you've been dabbling, dipping your toe. I know you're not on Twitch, but you are on YouTube, and we will be more than willing to hit you up on any questions you might have.
Yeah. While we're kind of wrapping things up, and if those of you that are lurking about, I see there's a few people that are watching the live stream, and if you got questions, concerns, comments, make sure you drop them on in here. We definitely would love to hear from you.
Don't forget to hit
that thumbs up. It really does help out the channel and such. And while we're kind of talking about here, you can download the live streaming toolkit, and it's going to be a little different from the checklist, but the nice little toolkit will be able to put it together. You can subscribe to the email newsletter. He sends you out weekly broadcasts to let you know when we're going live and other videos and content that we're doing. So you can subscribe today going to livestreamingtech.site/toolkit. I'm still not sure about doing stuff via Twitch. I'm getting into the groove with the YouTube stuff, though.
Yeah, and that's fine.
You've hit your groove.
And that's the thing. Lady Writes, that is a good point. That's why when people ask me about multi-streaming, it's kind of like if you're brand new to streaming, you probably want to stick to one platform first and get used to troubleshooting while you live stream, getting it dialed in, getting the lighting, getting the sound the way you want it. And that's the thing, you always improve. I know you do it, I'm always doing it. Yeah. We're always looking for that optimal lighting, that optimal sound and whatnot. So
our videos have definitely improved since day one.
Go back and watch our older videos. That's the thing. My recording was abysmal.
It really actually came down to us just taking action. Honestly, I think a lot of people get hamstrung on trying to make the perfect live stream, that they get in their own way and they never do it. So what we wanted to do when we created this channel was take the action and adjust as we kind of go along. So Katrina says, what are the most important things to focus on for setting up a live stream channel? It depends on the avenue. We've done a full video series on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook. And we actually take you through each one of those individually. And we actually have a full free online course. There's no catch to it. You can go take a look at that at livestreamingtech.site/YT template, meaning YouTube template.
Yeah.
And
so the lady writes, I kind of know where you're getting at on this. The most important things to focus on is make sure whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff, make sure your page or your channel is optimized. So what I mean by that is make sure those banners look good, make sure they represent your branding, profile pics, bio, all that stuff. Have all that information filled in, because first impressions are everything. And when somebody lands on that page and you still have the eggheads, where you haven't even bothered putting a profile pic in or put a little bio about yourself.
Thankfully, Katrina does have her stuff optimized. Okay. She ran into a glitch this morning's stream, couldn't get the image to get off a frozen spot. What is the encoder that you're using right now? What is the software that you're using? Are you using OBS, Streamlabs OBS? Because every now and then you'll run into a glitch. It's open source software. So for instance, actually before you even came over here, I had to reset OBS because it was acting stupid. So now we're back up and going. But as far as it being like an image being stuck in there, what you would want to do is Streamlabs OBS. So here, let's do this. Since we've got the screen share open, I'll open up Streamlabs OBS over here on the screen share. So let's move this on over here. I won't be able to use my Stream Deck since.
Hey, Kevin.
Oh, Kevin McGuire, what's going on, buddy? Okay, so let's go over here to the screen share, and
there we go.
All right, so I'm gonna the mixer's covered up over here, and to make sure we're not getting a bunch of feedback, I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there. So let's pay attention down here to sources. Let's just pretend for you, Katrina, that you're having some issue. Like this is in the way. It got frozen, it got in the way. One of the easiest ways to do things, to get rid of something, is just get rid of that display capture. So it could be something as simple as clicking the eyeball. So shutting off, that will shut it off. You see how that did that? Okay, so it's just a super, super simple solution. You can shut it off. I try not to delete anything unless I absolutely have to, because adding it back in is just one extra thing you got to do in your next live stream, and it can be a real pain in the neck.
And usually just rebooting the software itself later on. Obviously, you can't do this in the middle of your stream.
Yeah.
But worst case scenario,
what?
if it's stream breaking, just apologize to your viewers. And then, just back out of the live stream, reboot. Now, I've done this literally, where I cannot troubleshoot. It's just not cooperating. I'm halfway through my stream. And that's the thing. You're going to have people leaving if, everything's falling apart. So the best thing to do is to just apologize, say, I will be right back in a couple minutes. Go grab, a coffee. And drop all your software, close it all, maybe even do a PC reboot, and come back on nice and fresh.
Something to note too, and she said she had to do it without her video. And I don't know if this is a related issue. You noticed as soon as I opened up Streamlabs OBS, the video camera wasn't on.
Yeah.
Whatever program is currently using your video camera is going to keep that. And when you go into, say, stream, so for instance, we're running video camera on OBS.live right now. We tried to open up Streamlabs OBS, the camera didn't show. Why is that? it's because they're resource hogs. They want all of the attention. Like
the same thing if you have a video like Camtasia.
So if you've got Camtasia open and
whatever you open first, it's gonna lock that.
You have Zoom Recorder open, and here's the thing: is if you, for instance, go and close that out, and you still have Streamlabs open, Streamlabs is going to have to be closed out and reopened in order to get that video camera back. You have to like close it out, and it needs to start with it. So like OBS is like a monogamous relationship when it comes to the video camera. Yeah. You either give all of your attention or none, because otherwise they're going to be like, no, you don't get any video today.
Yeah. So I kind of see where she's getting at with her problem. She says, that's how I handled the live stream this morning, but I ended up having to run it without video. So I'm assuming you meant your video camera. The video camera itself froze. That could be a hardware thing. It could be a software thing. But you did the right thing, which was basically, when in doubt, just reboot it and, start from scratch. I know it sucks. It's frustrating. And that's the thing. I try to tell Dale, take a deep breath, because I know when I first started streaming,
getting better.
That was back in OBS Classic, and you want to talk about crashes and glitches and this and that. And I used to freaking go insane. I mean, and it was great that it would crash then, because my viewers didn't see these explosions. Yeah. And he would do the same thing where he would just get, so overworked.
I get a little frustrated these days.
But now he's known, that it doesn't.
What's going on, Mike? How you doing, buddy?
It doesn't help to freak out about it. Just like I said, explain to your viewers, hey, look, we're having some issues. Let me, do some housekeeping. Go grab a coffee. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yes, it did. Shut off the webcam and just chatted. I'll do the screen share versions of everything on Monday. Yeah, if I could actually see what's going on, I would be able to. Mike says, can you help me get some in my live stream? Help you get some what?
Yeah, get some what?
Yeah, you gotta be a little more specific. Yeah.
So here's the thing. If you're streaming on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, you got to let me know what platform you're streaming on, because each tip is different. So on Twitch likes to rank you how many viewers you have. So if you're sitting there with a goose egg, you don't want to be streaming Fortnite, because you're going to be all the way down, and we keep going, and we keep scrolling, and we keep scrolling.
They've got no algorithm speak.
So what you need to do is, if you're on Twitch, the way they work, like I said, it's a hierarchy, is you need to find a game that is not oversaturated. So you're looking for a game that might have 8 people, maybe 10 people streaming it.
He said Twitch.
Okay, so find a game that's kind of in the middle of the road, to where you don't have so many people streaming the game. At the same time, you got to enjoy the game. So I'm not saying go play a game that you don't enjoy. Yeah. But find a game that you like to play. Just, you got to do some homework as a viewer. That's the other thing too. It's kind of like being an author. You can't just start writing a book. You also have to read books. You have to see what else people are doing right and what they're doing wrong. And it's the same thing with Twitch. Yep. I spent more time as a viewer on Twitch than I did as a streamer starting out. And that was because I was looking to see what everyone else was doing, where they were failing, where they were succeeding. And the one thing I figured out was, find that middle of the road game that's not oversaturated. And guess what? My 0 turned to 2, 3, 4, 5. And within an hour or two, because that's the other thing too, I didn't stream for hours at a time. I did 3 to 4 hours, I think, max when I first started out. And you will build up. And that's the cool thing about it is you're going to find like-minded people too, because they're coming because you're playing that game. And they're staying because they like you providing that content. So once you start doing that, you build that community up through the game. And at the same time, they're more likely going to transition over with you when you go to play another game.
Yeah, it's important too. When it comes to Twitch, you really have to invite people to the party. You can't just go on Twitch and expect people to show up. So start to build a presence. You obviously already have a presence here, Mike, on YouTube. So what you may want to do is get some of your highlights from your streams and some clips, put them over onto your YouTube channel. You're able to export it from inside your video dashboard, your video producer, and you can upload it over to your YouTube channel. And I would say just go ahead and launch them there. Just try to get some good keywords, create a good thumbnail, and put a compelling description in there. And people will start to discover you a lot easier. So you'll be able to work YouTube in your favor, build awareness. So for instance, one of my favorite Twitch streamers, I found him through YouTube originally. His name's Kit Boga. Kit Boga is a guy that goes and he gets scammers on the phone, and he just wastes their time. His whole purpose is to keep a scammer on the phone as long as possible.
He basically trolls scammers.
He highlights all his stuff and he puts it on YouTube. And I discovered him that way. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's on Twitch. And so I started watching him live, and like, yeah, he's on there for hours at a time, and that dude makes bank. So that just something maybe you want to consider, Mike, is, you know, not doing calls with scammers necessarily.
No. Like he, for instance, says he's playing the balloons game or whatever. So that's the thing. So obviously you have a YouTube channel. You get your Mike Olson. I don't know if I pronounce it right. Olson. But at any rate, Mike, what you want to do is maybe start putting content on your channel about balloons. Now, here's the thing. There's going to be hundreds of other people playing that game, right?
Right.
So what you want to do is you want to do something that you're good at within the game, or find something that they're not doing. Like, say, for instance, I'm going to play this game and do X amount of achievements before dying, or I'm going to play it just with one hand, or, you know, do something that is definitely going to draw in viewers. And once you start getting those viewers on YouTube, you can bounce them over. So make sure you say that too when you end your video recordings on YouTube is, hey, by the way, if you enjoyed the comment, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button and turn that bell notification on. But at the same time, you can join me on Twitch. And that's where it comes in handy and important to have a streaming schedule over on Twitch. And that doesn't matter whether you're on YouTube, Twitch, or live. Obviously, we're still playing around with it. You know, I think we decided we're going to do 12:30 on Fridays, but that's the thing, is find that streaming schedule that will work for you and everyone else, and let them know, invite them to the party.
Yeah, and here's a little feature you can actually do as far as a panel is Stream Elements has one. I know Streamlabs has one. Let me go ahead and do a screen share. Put a countdown timer for the times that you're going to go live. So that way people know when they come visit what to expect. So you pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm pointing the wrong way. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So this will give you your audience an idea of when you're going to be on next. So I'm not on very much, but
you just do you do your podcast.
Yeah, at least I'm staying consistent.
1 day a week. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Whether that's a good point. Whether you're doing it 4 times a week or 1 time a week, be consistent. So that's the thing. If you pick Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesday, stick with that day. Stick with that day.
Okay, so here's a good question here. How are you customizing live streaming elements? 1 layer at a time. So I'm typically creating it through layers inside of OBS. So right now I have, for instance, very top I have bumper with lower third. So that's anytime like our little intro comes in. LST alerts, which will pop up here anytime, say, someone subscribes or does a super chat of some sort. Then I have countdown, which you saw this at the very beginning, and I accidentally let that go like 5 minutes into our content. And then I have our foundation, which is going to be the image slideshow, which is this image up on the right-hand side next to my head here, which is Walt's book. The ticker that's running down below, the Focusrite, which is our audio device. LST overlay, which is this graphic stuff that I pretty much just nabbed from my self-publishing channel and just turned it into this channel here. And display capture, which is on the other side here, which is, I have another monitor to the left here. That's why if some of you see me looking over here to the left, I'm playing with my Mac, and I'm also probably looking at the slideshow that's on that screen right there. And last but not least on there is going to be the Brio, which is our camera that's right up here at the very top. So it's a thing of layering it and such.
Now remember, the more layers you add, the more resources it's going to use as well.
Yep. So you better have a good PC that can handle that type of stuff. So for instance, Kelly and I were having a conversation. She likes to keep her live stream simple. She likes to just set up her Mac and she streams. Well, now she's just switched over to mobile device, but she's starting to see the drop frames. And it's driving her crazy. So she's like, oh. And so I was telling her, I'm like,
horsepower.
Look, you can use the C920. We got the Logitech C920. A big shout out to our boy Kevin S. Allen. Any rate, she can plug that in. She's just gonna have to download the software for Logitech C920, and it's pretty good. But I told her, if you're gonna end up using OBS, camera only. Like camera only, because MacBooks are just not built to stream live. And if you try to put in all these layers, it gets real glitchy. You get a ton of drop frames and such. Like if you stream through a MacBook Pro, and if you're streaming from even a laptop in general, less is better. Katrina, you can probably get away with doing a screen share and your camera if you're doing laptop. Now, if you've got a PC and it can handle it, and I'll let him take over what's going to be able to handle it, then that's probably going to be something you're going to be doing. Like, it can handle it. So, but if you're doing laptop though, most instances, 9 times out of 10, it's just, I'm sorry, I tried to fight this so many times. I used a PC laptop, garbage. I used a MacBook laptop, garbage. I used a PC Aurora, say that 10 times fast, Aurora R7, nailed it. And I'm able to do all these elements and still have plenty of CPU usage.
So she says she's using one of Streamlabs store, one from the Streamlabs store. Okay, so you're talking overlays then. But I really want to design something more fitting of my goals. Actually, you have a video on that.
There's a video here on this channel where we do go over and show you how to do an overlay.
And the lady writes, he uses GIMP, even though he owns Photoshop, which I always make fun of him about because he's still using free software. Yeah. So you can download GIMP for free. It's actually quite simple if you follow him step by step, and then you can kind of change around what you want to change. But there's definitely a video for that. Where he shows you how to make the overlays. And if also you're using the Streamlabs store overlays, I also have a video. It's one of the oldest ones, I think. I think it was like our first or second week doing videos on this channel. I probably got to update that one. But I'll show you how to move around. As far as customization goes, I know Nerd or Die, some of their free to use ones you can customize a little bit, but if you want ones that are fully customable, you're gonna have to pay for them. And like I said, I like Nerd or Die. Go check out their website. They also have a lot of them there in the Streamlabs store as well. I actually use one of their transitions as well when I do my transitional. We call them stingers or striker. Is it striker?
Stingers.
Yeah, it's like stinger splash.
Just going in here.
Yeah, stinger. So yeah, so my stingers or whatever. So when I switch from one scene or other, like hit yours, Dale, real quick.
What do you mean?
Yes. Yeah. So you see that's a transition there. So when I hit that button, there's going to be something that flies across the screen that kind of grabs your attention that lets you know, hey, I'm switching scenes. So those are really cool to get.
Mike, unfortunately, since we're live streaming right now, we won't be able to go and hear what your buzz sound is.
Yeah, leave it in the comment below, and then we'll see if we can't.
Simply Beth, what's happening? You're coming around here right as we're starting to kind of wrap things up, but it's good to see you joining us in here, Beth. Yes, I dropped in there. If anybody's watching this on the replay, you're wanting to know how to do overlays. The overlays are going to work whether it's Twitch or not. There's a link inside the chat right now that we just dropped in there, and I'll just go ahead and I'll paste it in there again. That's going to show you how to do overlays, and the overlay is going to work whether you're on Twitch or you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube. So yeah, go ahead and use that. So that might be why you might have missed it, Katrina. You might have seen that it was like Twitch, and you were like, oh, well, I don't do Twitch.
Yeah, it will work for pretty much.
It'll work for pretty much everything. In fact, I use this same layout, the same overlay.
Matter of fact, I begged him to do this one. I was like, I want the same layout that you do for self-publishing. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I want the little window down there, the big window up here, so then, we can do the switches and stuff. And he was like, okay. So all he did was change the coloring and match the branding, and boom.
She was modding Painfully Honest Tech. Yeah, I met him over in Vid Summit. It wasn't last year before last, because obviously we have a mutual friend in Nick Nemon. Yeah, Nick's a good dude.
Drop names! Drop
the names. My friend Nick Nemon, Brian G. Johnson. Yeah, those guys are good dudes. But all right, so it's Brother Battle 2.0. I'm going to go ahead and tell you folks, please go over here and hit this video.
Right here.
We're going to be talking. Shut up, dude. Like, here's where I'm going to show you how to do Twitch emotes. But on yours, you're going to show them what? The overlays?
I don't know. I'm going to pick it later. I'm going to pick it later because Twitch right now they're seeing it live and they're like, what are they pointing at? So you definitely want to pick mine.
So, all right, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you next Friday.